Hey everyone, how's it going? Today I wanted to do a quick video talking a little bit about what heaven might look like. The Bible does talk a little bit about this, as particularly New Jerusalem, like the golden streets and the shape of it and all that, but I find this topic very interesting. It's very fascinating to talk about, what exactly it will look like. And a lot of the things we probably won't know until, of course, when we are in heaven. But I kind of picture it as like like if you picture like the best moment you had in this life, like the time you had the most joy, or like one of the best moments, and then like multiply that by 10, and then just like that for eternity. So it's kind of it's neat to think about. But like I'm sure it will be amazing. And what I find interesting, how like the glorified saints, now they're in New Jerusalem. I believe that they're up in the air in New Jerusalem, and technically the third heaven, because I believe they're up in above the firmament. That's where New Jerusalem is. And so, but the thing is, those are like the glorified saints. But the believers who died during the millennial kingdom and in the little season, they don't have glorified bodies yet. And so when they die, they're up to be with the Lord, but their souls are in the third heaven with the Lord, but without glorified bodies. So I just find it interesting. Like, I wonder what they're doing, and like how, like, because they're in a different state than the glorified saints who are in New Jerusalem right now. So I just kind of find it interesting, like what they might be doing, or are they also in New Jerusalem just without their glorified bodies doing something else, or what is it? So I just find that interesting to think about. But either way, I know like they're up there in the third heaven with the Lord, but just in a different state, as those with glorified bodies. So I just kind of wonder what everyone's doing and things like that, but I'm sure we'll find out when we get to heaven. But it's neat to think about for sure. But and it's very neat to think about when the new earth and new heavens get created. New Jerusalem comes down, and like new earth, what it's going to be like and things like that. I'm sure it'll be amazing. We hear a little bit about it, how the animals will be together, like the wolf will dwell with the lamb, different things like that, and like the river of life and stuff like that. So we have a little bit of a picture of it. But like, I think it's going to be very, very cool, and it's very exciting to think about for sure. And I actually had a vision a few years ago. It was in 2021, and I never get visions. So like, this was the only vision I had ever in my Christian life, only vision I ever had in general in my entire life. Never had one before this or after this. So this was the only vision I had, and I do believe it was from God, because there's no reason to think it wasn't. And it was actually biblical as well. So what the vision was is actually, I was looking down on the new city, New Jerusalem, and this was like on new earth. And this was actually even before I really even knew much about like how things will look like. I even knew like New Jerusalem would be on new earth. So that's very interesting. This was like before I even like learned about all of that. But I saw, I was on a mountain, and so like I was looking down at New Jerusalem from a mountaintop. So from that vantage point, I was looking down, and I saw New Jerusalem, and like it was like beautiful. It was like light was coming out of it. It was illuminating itself, just like the Bible says. Like there would be no need for the sun, because the Lord will provide the light, like in the city. So that's exactly how it was. Like the light was the city was illuminating itself, New Jerusalem, and I saw it like from the mountaintop, and then mountains were surrounding it. So there's mountains surrounding New Jerusalem, and I believe that this was a vision of new earth. So it was very cool. It was only for a few seconds that I had it, and never had any others before, but that was very cool. So it's exciting to think about what new earth would be like, what heaven will be like, and I'm definitely looking forward to it. And I hope I hope the little season ends soon, but we'll see, I guess. So all right, God bless.